Hello, carnivores, herbivores, and omnivores. Welcome to probably the second episode of I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. Yeah. It's either going to be second or third, depending on how long the previous one was. But yeah, we're just where we left off last time, or should be about. And we just had the festival. So yeah, let's get it going. We should be going all the way to up there this time. Do the second half of the year one. I believe in us. We can do it. Okay, let's talk to Tammy. Tammy almost doesn't notice your approach. She's bent over her hollow palm, intently taking notes, until you get close enough that her ears wiggle, and she looks up, surprised. Oh, hello, Selene. She greets you cheerfully. I'm so sorry, I didn't see you there. You ask her what she's studying, and she flushes pink and tugs on her ear. Oh, I'm not studying, she says. I'm making a list of my friend's favourite things. She laughs, a little embarrassed. And, well, you're my friend, Selene, so what's your favourite colour? Blue. She notes your answer, then asks what your favourite dessert is. Spoonfuls of pure sugar. Probably not. I like cake. I like chocolate cake. I don't know what space cake tastes like. Space cake. Tammy bounces in place. Yay, space cake is my favourite too. Cake is good. Tammy carefully notes this as well. Okay, last question. What's your favourite toy? Like video games. Vajima games. My hollow palm. Okay, now I know what to get you for your birthday. Ask her what her favourite things are. She presses her index fingers together shyly. I like the colour yellow, my dolls, and my favourite sweet is cake. That's cute. That's cute. You're a sweetheart, Tammy. Okay, yeah. I know Mom wanted us to go to classes and stuff, but we could always just sneak out the drain pipe. Sneak out. Explore. You don't tell me what to do, Mom. You can't tell me what to do. Log. You let your mind wander as you're walking and bumble straight into a field of gelatinous blob grass. Totally transparent, the sticky fronds are hard to see but even harder to ignore, especially once they start glomming onto your boots and slowing you down. Visible. It's like trudging through thick mud. You stubbornly decide to keep going, paying close attention to the visible signs of this blob grass field. And there aren't many. Just the absence of other vegetation. We'll pass through it. there it is. You can hop along from that rock to that fallen log, then climb over those old pieces of surveying equipment. You'll get through the villainous blob grass, kind of floor is lava. Floor is blob grass. You spend a bunch of time on it though, and it takes some tricky balancing. It's tiring. Oh, tired. You come across a cluster of mush trees. They're not fully grown yet, but they're still pretty big. It might be good to harvest them before they get all gross and mushy during the rainy season. If you were older, you could probably cut them down and get some kudos for that. Give them a friendly pat. You like the mush trees? Yep, they're friendly. You give one a pat and are surprised when it moves under your hand. It's not the tree though, but a camouflaged creature lying against the trunk. It's small and looks a little like an octopus, or a starfish. Lots of long legs wrapped around the tree like it's giving it a hug. Nice. Cute. You're minding your own business when you stumble into... So hot. 2 suns are beating down on you. The ground is cracked and parched, and so are you. Ahead is a long stretch with no trees, just the merciless heat of the sun scorching the ground. Look for a shady route through it. You spend some time going the long way round, taking shelter under some mush trees. It's still sweltering in the shade, but not as bad. That's good. I would not want to melt. Melting is not good. There, in the clearing, the most majestic creature you've ever seen. It's like a unicorn from your dad's storybook, but with leathery reptile skin that shines when the light hits it. It moves so softly, like it doesn't even disturb the ground. It could be dangerous, but you want to see what it does. Not be as quiet as possible. It's stealthy. Stealth master here. I'm just saying. Yeah, thought that's how that would work. Ooh. As you settle in to watch it from behind a strand of mush trees, the Unisaur looks up towards you, startled by your movement. You try to hold perfectly still and quiet your breathing. After a tense moment, it goes back to its business. First, it sniffs out a good tree and rubs the scent glands in its neck against it thoroughly. Then it pees, like a crystal waterfall, on a rock. Everything it does seems magical. You quietly take a picture with your hollow palm, but you know you can't share it or you'd get caught for sneaking out. Next, it sharpens its horn against a rock. which is scored with marks from having done this before. This must be its favourite sharpening lock. You notice the bulge in its stomach. It must have had a huge meal recently. Eventually, it curls up for a nap. You quietly sneak away. This place was so wonderful. Vertumna is a magical place. This. I will return in time. Do not wait up for me. Or do, actually. I'll be there soon. Bravely jump over the pond. I believe in me. Next round. You bravely fall in and get wet. Excellent. You flounder towards the other side, soaked but victorious. Yes. Superior in every way. A little damp, but you know. Here's what it is. That's the cow I don't pop. Yeah. You spot Uncle Tonin, Chief Surveyor Tonin, that is, bumbling about preparing some automated survey equipment in a clearing. He's very cautious, jumpy even, but he's making a lot of noise. Every few minutes he'll pause to listen and check his surroundings, then go back to banging away. He shouldn't be hard to avoid if you don't want to get caught sneaking out. Sneak past him. I'm stealth. I am all the stealth. No one can detect me. Ignore all the people who could totally detect me. Please. I think that's the best I can get there. Yep, best score. You sneak past Chief Surveyor Tonin easily, walking while he makes noise and ducking down when he stops to check his surrounding. Have I done everything except pop the cow and talk to Dis? I think so. Might have to pop the cow. You know what? No, I'm not popping no cows. You spot Dis sitting in a clearing, but not before he sees you first. Instead of sneaking away as usual, he stays still as you approach, like it's totally natural that he'd be sitting in the middle of the jungle, so far away from the colony walls. Now that you think about it, you're a little glad to see him. You are so far away that you can't see the walls anymore, and it's really weird out here, and it's getting late. This stares unblinkingly at you as you approach. "Hi, Selene," is all he says. "Hi, Dis." He seems to be in a good mood, something you see very rarely. "Did you see Utopia out there?" Dis asks. Chief Surveyor Tonin is easy to get past, but Utopia has like X-ray vision eyes or something. She'll catch you for sure if you get too close. She caught me once and I got in big trouble. How about I show you something cool, and sneaking out will be our secret, okay? He jumps up and walks a little ways into the trees. You follow. Just a few minutes away, the ground drops off in a large stone outcropping just juts out over a cliff face. Words. I cannot even word. Dis walks right to the edge without slowing. It's a long way down. Come on, he says. I'm gonna try to be brave. Brave. Cannot scare me. Okay, maybe you can. Just totally can't scare me. Win. Brave. You bravely step onto the rock and walk out to the edge with Dis. You both sit down, feet dangling over the precipice, and look out at the amazing view. It's incredible. You snap a picture with your hollow palm, but you won't share it on the net. This is your secret. Yours and Dis's. So, multicolored memory cards. They can form I think it's a straight when it's all the same color. I'm probably wrong about that. Don't quote me on that. But the bonus you get from all things being the same color, it can do that with any color card. So it will match any color card as needed, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Since I'm not about to pop a cow, I think I go home here. Oh, ouch, I'm gonna get caught. Oh dear, maybe I should have popped a cow. And straight into the barrel chest of Chief Surveyor Tonin. Well, 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 he says, and tries to put on his sternest look. It fails. We've been wondering where you disappeared, Deucelane. I sent Utopia out with some survey drones to look for you hours ago. You're lucky your parents have been too busy to notice yet. I should probably tell them. You start to sweat. But maybe you've already learned your lesson. He chuckles. His big hand claps you on the shoulder. No more playing games outside the gates, okay? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm still sneaking out. Next month. One event remaining. Okay, that's fine though. That's just the cow popping one. Yeah, no. Hey. You tell Tangent you know where Dis has been going. You tell her he has been sneaking out to explore the jungle. Not far away, but outside the walls. Tang looks concerned. Really? She says, wringing her hands. Is it safe? I'll keep him safe. She eyes you skeptically. Full offense, Delane, but you're just a kid, she replies. However, I suppose it's good to know he isn't alone out there. Full offense. Yeah. How dare you? I'm totally a physical beast. Can you not see my 21 toughness? Dis is sitting in the grass near the big gates that lead out into the jungle. He's just staring out into nothingness and picking absent-mindedly at the weeds. He pretends not to notice as you approach. sit down with him. He shifts uncomfortably as you sit, but doesn't say anything. You both just hang out, staying and doing nothing. You stare out the big gates. The grass in the colony is trimmed short by garden box, but out there it's wild and as high as your waist. Head surveyor Tonin is prepping his equipment for an outing. He's bringing a lot. Maybe he's going to stay out overnight. You're starting to wonder if Dis will ever acknowledge you when he says, I've got to go. As he starts down the hill, he pauses and says, this is a good spot. I'll probably come back here tomorrow. You're a sweetheart, but you're so shy. Nah, some people just prefer to be quiet. I get that. I vibe with that. Sometimes talking just makes the situation more awkward. Okay. Might as well babysit. Why not? Go babysitting. Hello, Selene. Auntie Cedent greets you. Oh, sweetheart, I'm so happy you've come back to help. You know this place well, the creche. Part preschool, part all-day daycare. You practically grew up here, cared for communally while your parents worked their shifts. A few kids even live in the creche full-time. In a way, Antecedent, aka Anne, aka Auntie Cedant, is every kid's mom. The smell of craft glue and clean blankets gives you a calming sense memory of all the happy time you spent here with your friends. Tammy is here too, gently rocking a drowsy baby against her chest. Looks at ease in here in a way you don't usually see. You're going to babysit too? She asks in an excited stage whisper. You'll love it. Suddenly, a bundle of wild hair and pink overalls runs straight into you, nearly knocking you over. Almost more kitten than kid, the child grabs your legs and stares up at you with unblinking green eyes. Watch that one, Auntie Cedent warns. You remember Nougat? She's turning out to be quite the handful. Why don't you start off by getting her to go down for her nap? She's zooming around, probably get her to do something. There you go. Sportsball, she shouts and pulls an extra bouncy inflatable ball from a cubbyhole. You show Nougat how to balance it on your head and bounce it gently up and down. Of course, when she tries, she bops it with such force that it flies across the room. She chases after it, clapping excitedly. Nougat makes a beeline for some older kids who are playing with a creator bot. She charges in to pick up the bot and hug it, causing it to flail and whirl and knock both her and itself over. By the time you get to the scene of the crime, there are tears, and the other kids are upset about their broken bot. The commotion attracts the attention of Auntie Cedant, who swoops in with hugs and tissues. Within minutes, she has it under control. Whoops, she says, hauling Nougat up onto her hip with ease. Just a little mix-up. Don't worry, everyone. Selene will get that box fixed in a jiffy. She winks at you with a warm smile. Okay, maybe don't play sports ball with the kid indoors. Lol. Man. Dare you to eat this worm, dude? Oh yeah? Well, I double dare you to eat a worm. You can't just turn down a double dare. You're no meek little Hopeye. slimy, unsatisfying, very, very gross. Yeah, no shit. This eats his like a noodle, slurping it up and wriggling his nose as it wriggles in his mouth. Yuck, he says, swallowing it whole, and then shows you his empty mouth. You should have known better than to dare a person who fears nothing. Oh dear, dear, oh dear. Oh man. Oh. Anemone runs up to you. Hi, Selene. She half catching her breath. She grins. On the ship, adults are always saying, no running, Anemone, no running. But outside, there's so much room. I can run for 5 minutes in one direction. Even more after the robo-clouds clear the land of bombs. Want to train together? On your way to the Sportsball pitch, Anemone shares the story about the time her brother Cobb once spiked a ball so hard that he broke Utopia's nose. Back when she used to play Sportsball too, she describes it in gory detail. But don't go easy on me, she explains. That's why we have med beds, right? Plus, I might get a cool scar. She thumbs a blue scaled scar on her jaw right under her ear. Oh man. Okay, I should keep taking advantage of popular while I have it. I'll do a paying job again. You just can't seem to make Nougat keep her pants on. At least she's potty trained, but it's still a bit of a health hazard. You manage to come to a compromise where she agrees to at least wear a dress or skirt. She does this for a little while, before realizing that it's much harder to climb and crawl around in a dress, and begrudgingly agrees to wear pants again. Kids be like. You're having a terrifying familiar dream. A monster crashing through the walls. Unfathomably large, every part of it wriggling and moving and searching for something. It tramples through the colony as you watch helplessly. Time shifts to the wreckage of your home. You're picking through it, looking for something. Tears streaking down your dust-covered face as you lift heavy pieces of debris, searching. You wake up shouting, "No!" but your voice is drowned out by a deafening rumble from the skies outside. The bedroom window is covered in water? It's pouring down from the clouds. You guess it must be rain, but you've never experienced it before. There's a bright flash from outside, then another crack and rumble. Thunder. It must be a thunderstorm. It's still the early hours of the morning. You've already almost forgotten your bad dream, but you're too unsettled to go back to sleep yet. The rain beats down on the roof of your quarters, joined now and then with great peals of thunder, like the footsteps of an angry beast. Run outside and play. It's surprisingly warm outside, and the water feels nice hitting your head. Everything smells fresh and damp and wonderful. The dusty, packed ground has turned to squelchy mud between your toes. You don't go too far from the door to your quarters, but it's exciting being outside in the dark, watching dramatic streaks of lightning arc down to the hills behind the colony. Wet season. Wet season is wet. Wet season is soggy. Log. You're looking a little worn out, my little firefly. Your dad greets you looking concerned. You know, despite what your mom might say, there is such a thing as too much work. Maybe some R&R over in the lounge would help recharge those solar cells. What do you say? Maybe I just need a hug. Your dad throws his arms wide. Well, get in here, tiger butter. After a long hug, you do feel a little better. Your dad gives incredible hugs. Yeah, you're a great dad. You're a good dude. Good dude. Best dad. Okay, I guess I can go to school like my mom wanted me to. Yes, join engineering class. Using congruence as HoloNet scheduling system is almost a test on its own. You feel like a hacker navigating the confusing interface, but managed to add your name to the list of drop-in students. You're now eligible to join Tangent and some of the older kids in engineering classes. Unlocked study engineering and engineering. That's good. It's good to study engineering and engineering. Probably still want more biology though. Tang is absent almost all of this month. Hal explains that Chief Engineer Instant has asked for Tang's help with a few experiments. Because you're judged on what you know, not what you prove you've learned in class, many older students choose to skip class and instead get hands-on experience in their field of interest. Tang's been working closely with Instant since she was just a kid. Get to work. Tangent is watching a construction crew build scaffolding for the new engineering pavilion. They're using mushroom wood, which is so light that one person can easily lift a 10-meter long pole and stack it into place. She points towards them. Human beings are so great, don't you think? Before we landed, this was all just dirty jungle. Now, it's civilization. I've been learning about adaptability in writing and biology class. The books say it's what sets us apart from the animals. Like, we don't need fur because we can make warm clothes, and if it's too hot, we can make air conditioners instead. Maybe the animals will need adaptations. Tangent rolls her eyes at you. Maybe, but even if they do, I haven't seen any sign of intelligent life here. It's just those big dumb xenofauna. Some animals here are smart and friendly. Tang looks skeptical. They're still animals, Delane. Maybe they're just pretending to be nice so you'll feed them. You're lucky it didn't eat you. She folds her arms. Daub's moth look cute, but one can eat through a bag of rice in less than 30 minutes. Even a herbivore can be dangerous here. It doesn't have to want to eat you to be able to hurt you. Together, you watch as the foreman puts the blueprints for the scaffolding onto the floating screen of her holopalm and raises it to the scaffolding to check their progress. I'd like to see an alien do that, Tang says primly. Humans look defenseless and weak, but we're the strongest species in the galaxy. Who else can literally bend reality to their will? Not a stupid alien, that's for sure. She puts one finger to her chin. I'm living proof that humanity is greater than our biology, she says. All of us are, really, with our genetic enhancements. We're the next step in humanity's evolution from great ape to galactic superspecies. Yeah, I need a break soon. Soon isn't now. This is... Oh, I should probably rest before low. Fine. Rest. It's nice to take some time off to chill after all the stress and schoolwork, not to mention the mental toll of just living on this unpredictable planet. Looks like you're not the only one who needs some downtime. Some of the other kids are also relaxing in the lounge. I'll join Cal and Tammy. Cal is braiding Tammy's long hair and weaving in strands of little coloured bubbles. This one's called a waterfall braid, I think, he says. I saw it in an archive vid, but it's really tricky. He's doing a terrible job of it, his short clumsy fingers getting all tangled in the strands. I'll do Cal's hair. You sit behind him as he sits behind you, like a mini conga line. You braid some short strands of Cal's hair, putting one of the little bubbles at the end of each one. He finishes Tammy's hair. It's almost recognizable as a waterfall braid, then touches his own braids and giggles. Now we'll do yours, they shout in unison. You jokingly try to escape, but Cal sits on your legs while Tammy gives you a beautiful braid. How could you? Sure. The days have been getting shorter, with only the yellow sun barely skimming the horizon. One morning you wake in the darkness and have to check your holopalm to know what time it is. You see a holostream from Mars. Good morning to all my pals, if you can even call it morning. They've named it glow season because, like, everything is crazy glowing out there in the dark. I'm staying the heck inside for the next month. What's the point in even going out if you can't see anything? It's going to be a long, boring month. And no way, it looks super fucking cool out there. Oh my god. You peek out the window. The wormhole is the biggest you've ever seen it. Like a massive fiery ring in the sky. The planet must be very close to it now. And out in the jungle, something new is taking place. The plants are flowering, glowing, iridescent blooms, and everything is full of life. There are strange new sounds, long hooting calls and gurgling roars. After Mars's message is a notice from the council, warning everyone to stay safe inside. Tammy's dad and the other surveyors have been called back and the gates closed for the month. There's a tension in the air, as if everyone is waiting for something. The glow is amazing, bruh. Just look at how pretty this is. Just, oh my god. Like, man. Tell me this isn't, like, beautiful. I don't know. I'm just super into it. Sure, it's a little dark, but you know, is what it is. This week in biology class, you're learning about predators and prey. Professor Hal brings up a picture of a Hopeye on the holoprojector and says, "Who can tell me what special thing Hopeyes do when they see a predator?" Tang's hand shoots up. They hop away very quickly. That's why we called it a Hopeye. Hal nods. That's true, but that's not what I was getting at. Tang stammers and looks upset, like she can't believe she got something wrong. Hal scans the class again. Anyone else? Delane? Hey, we know this because we met that Hopeye outside the walls. Nice. They thump on the ground to warn others. You've seen Hopeyes out in the wild, and you know they're very communal animals. One wouldn't run away without warning the others first. Then they all hop away very quickly. That's right, Hal smiles. The lane sounds like they might have met one before. Maybe. Definitely didn't. Tang gives you an appraising look. Maybe she didn't expect this from you. You should have expected it. I told you I was sneaking out to help look after your brother. Well, I'm not doing a great job of that. Oh dear. The endless dark of glow season must be getting to you. All week you've been having nightmares. Something is coming. Something bad is about to happen. A dreadful mantra repeats in your head. You're hardly even surprised when the emergency sirens start up. You peek out at the gates. Yes, they should be closed, but they're open. Just as you dreamed, or remembered. But the details are foggy. There were monsters. The closest assembly point is the children's creche, but from the opposite direction you hear shouting and popping noises. Gunfire. Is the colony under attack? Help fight. You'll try your best to be brave and fight back. First, you dodge some helpful grown-ups who point you back to the creche. Then you head outside to get your bearings. You can hear yelling from up the stairs to command, and a commotion to the southeast at Geoponics where your parents are working. Go to command. Security Chief Rhett and 3 officers are defending the door to the command wing. They're too busy to notice you because a terrifying insectoid creature is slashing at them with its razor-sharp forelegs. A feeling of surety washes over you. Yes, you remember being here before. You predict the creature will knock one of the officers' rifles from their hands. Almost in slow motion, it flies towards you. Snatch the rifle in midair. You lunge for the gun. It's not an elegant move, but you manage to catch it. As if by instinct, you raise it to the creature's head and BAM! You shoot it right between the eyes. The monster rears up, spraying everyone with glowing blue blood, then flops down hard to the ground, dead. Governor Udicott emerges from the bridge looking shaken and very, very old. Chief Administrator Seek helps her down the stairs and gives you a grateful look as they pass. Later that day, you find 25 kudos in your account, a reward for your bravery. Your parents are angry, as you knew they would be, but hey, everything worked out, right? After 2 weeks of darkness, with the blue sun barely skimming the horizon, it begins to move higher in the sky and daytime returns. The council admits they don't know how the gates were opened or how the creatures got in. Some of the attacking creatures were once thought to be docile. Others were species nobody had seen before. It was like something had driven them to assault the colony. At least nobody was killed. This time. Childhood is fleeting. This game will end when you reach age 20, so you should focus on a few skills to improve and friends to spend time with. Use the skills and friends button in the top left of the screen to keep track of them. Good luck. I'm going to hit start age 11, and I'm just going to quickly go through everything before I go. Firstly, for the next 3 months, we're going to have additional skill gains from physical skill learning. I'll probably just do a basic physical skill learn next time, because I don't have enough stress to go outside the walls. But I might go outside the walls later next time, maybe after a rest season or something. Let's see, friends. Okay, I'm very friendly with Tammy and Tangent, 15 with both of them. Dis I'm at 14 with, Anemone I'm at 12. Cal I'm at 9, and Mars is lowest, 6 currently, but I'm gonna be real, Mars is hard to get on with in early game. Later game she chills out a bit, but we're not there yet. Geranium is the dad, Lulu is mom, Auntie Student we've heard a bunch about, Tonin caught us sneaking, Udicott, Governor, saved her life, good times. Hal works in engineering, Congruence is our best friend, and ship AI. Zeke is in administration, Lou gets the little kid we look after, and Tom is Anemone's brother. Oh yeah, and Tangent and Dis are brother and sister too. Alright, that covers them. Yep. Different people have different stats. Obviously Anemone's very loyal, tons of energy, and hell of a goofball. Relationships don't really occur until later in the game, like 16 or later, which makes sense, you know, they're a bit young for it currently. I should start giving people gifts on their birthdays. Whoops, did not do that past year. Oh, I said you could change the sliders anytime. It's in this window you can hit customize whenever. And it gives you tons of options. Yeah, ton of options. Partner. Yeah, this is good times. It's very nice of them to let you customize it to this level. Memories. Okay, we currently have a ton of yellow, and not very many red, so we might want to work on phasing out the red memories if we can, just cause it's easier to form groups of the same color when you have fewer colors to work with. You always want to keep the multicolored ones unless they're really bad, like the delusions thing that I mentioned. I think probably last video I mentioned delusions, but only like passingly. Sportsball is still the correct thing to keep here, I think, because I think +1 bonus to all pairs in most situations is better than +1 to challenges, because we usually have at least one pair, and just a +1 isn't much. Anything else? Oh yeah, we have a few collectibles, logs, eggs, crystals. Good times. Yeah, I think that's it. Whoops. We currently have 19 empathy, no persuasion, 14 creativity, 22 bravery, 13 reasoning, 2 organizing, 11 engineering, 12 biology, 23 toughness, 17 perception, 0 combat, and 5 animals. I might work on getting a couple of perks next time, just cause no perks is a sad place to be. And yeah, I'm probably gonna call it there. Hope you guys had fun, or at least were mildly entertained. And if you weren't mildly entertained, then thanks for watching this long then. I probably wouldn't watch a video this long if I wasn't mildly entertained. So yeah, gratitude there. And yeah, later.